Hello everyone, welcome to DocEngage. This is Jayashree. In this video, I'm going to show you the workflow of IPD. So here you can manage all the admitted patient along with beds where you can track the all patient conditions reports and can share the discharge summary. So before admitting the patient, we should have the bed availability. For that, all the beds should be added into DocEngage. Now let us see how to configure the rooms and beds in DocEngage. So I'll be going to this EMR IPD. So where I can see the rooms and bed details. If I click on this rooms, I can add my n number of rooms here. So I'll add one room. I'll need to select the case enter and whatever the room name that I want to give. So let us say that if I want to give general ward 2. So under it room type is let us give like just we'll write GW and in the room type we'll give like general ward and color I need to select one color. So I'll select one color here. If I want to add notes, I can add. And if I want to add more notes, more rooms, I can add more rooms also. So I'll add one room and save. So this room has been added successfully. So like this, we can add the rooms. And we can also see the last update updated by on which care center and the status as well with the room names and the types. So now I have added the room. We need to add the beds into that room. So before adding the bed, we need to create one create services and from that we need to add for later we need to add the beds. So to create the service, I'll go to settings, the service catalog. So here I'll select the service add service catalog. Here I'll write, let us say laser treatment. I'll write laser treatment and what is the service type. So let us say cosmetic laser and specialty. Sorry, in the service type, I need to select the beds because I'm adding this particular service to beds. So it is very much mandatory, important to select beds. Only if I select beds in this service type, I can see this particular service while adding the bed. In the specialty, I'll select cosmetologist, and rest I'll add the service cost. So let us say it is 5,000 rupees for one service. So I'll add the service cost and save. So my laser treatment has service has been added. Now let us go back to IPD and add the beds. So if I click on add beds, the care center I need to select for which care center I need to add this bed and which room I need to select. So let us say I want to add this to operation theater. So I can select that, oh, this is OT1 operation theater 1. So I can write the code. Let us say that OT bed 1. So bed code I'll be writing based on your requirement. You can write the code. And what is the service? Just now I have added one laser treatment and it is showing here. So I'll select this service and cost has been automatically showing here. And if I want to add notes, I can add notes. And if I want to add multiple beds to this particular room, so I can add beds to that room as well and save. So now I can see this OT room number 1 and the service type is laser treatment and the cost and which care center, and I can also see the status. If the beds are available, then the status will show as available. I can also filter by seeing all. So if any bed is booked, then it will show as a booked. And I can also see updated by and the last updated date also. So now I have added added room and I have added beds to that room also. Now let us see how to admit a patient. To admit the patient, I'll click on create and add admit patient. So from here also I can admit the patient by giving the patient name, case center. Or else if the patient is already registered, we can directly admit the patient from there also just by clicking on this. three dots. So if I want to admit, I can admit the patient, and I'll select the care center and visit type inpatient and specialty cosmet cosmetologist and service type. So what is the service that they want to take? So I'll select the service type from here. Let us say cosmetics laser, and category. Since I'm admitting this patient into my clinic, I'll select in clinic, and assigned supervisor, I'll select supervisor provider name and assigned doctor name. So I'll select, and if I want to notify them, I'll select this notify option also. If there is any reference ID, I can write the reference ID, admission, admitted date, time, and I need to select the bed from the beds list. Whatever the bed which are available, that available beds list will show here. So I can select one bed. So let us say OT. Just now I have added this bed, so I'll select this bed. And if I want to add additional providers, I can add additional providers also. If I want to notify that additional providers, so let us say nurse Shalini, I can add that provider name. And as I can associate the service plan also. If I see here, these are the care plans which this particular patient is already having, and it is showing here. If I want to select that only, I can select. Or else if I want to add any new plan, I can select new plan also, like consultation package or any other packages care plan which you have created. You can add that. So I'll just select this consultation package, and what is the admission reason and note. I'll just admit this patient. Now patient has been admitted successfully. So once the patient is admitted, automatically one service plan will be allocated. So here you can add the n number of services to that particular care plan. So if I edit this care service plan, I can see the whatever the service plan which has been created. I can add the services or medicine. I can also create the activity. I can add the lab orders or radiology for pathology or radiology. I can also add the instructions. So from here, and I have I have while admitting the patient, I have assigned one bed. So for that bed, we have assigned one service. That service name is showing here, and total booked session and pending session it is showing here. I can edit this particular service, and I can choose the provider and whatever unit visits units. So I can choose this, repeat each, and save. If I want to edit, I can edit. And if I want to add more services, I can add more services as well from the list of services which are available here. Like this, I can add the services, and I can also add the medicines. And if I want to create invoice for this particular care plan which has been added to this patient, then I can directly create invoice from this drop down button here. From here, I can create the invoice. And this is the service which way they have taken, and for that pricing is 5,000. I can select and receive the payment if the patient is ready to pay, and save. So if I click here, I can see the invoice details. If I click this, it will directly take me to the invoice list page. So here I can see in the invoice list page. And if I want, if there is any new services added to this particular care plan. So if you add any more, if you add any additional services to this particular care plan, so let us say I'll add one nursing assistance and save. Oh, sorry, I need to select the provider and the repeat each and save. So now I have added one new plan, new service to this particular care plan. So for that, I can again create invoice. If I go to invoice, only the service which was pending, for which the invoice was not created for that particular service, I can create the invoice. I can add the discount. I can give the tax and receive the payments. So all the invoice details will be showing here. So like this, I can add n number of services and create n number of invoices also. If I want to see the invoice, I can go and see in the invoice list page here. So I can see today I have created 2 invoice just now. That complete status and the amount, everything is showing in the invoice page. And now that I have created the invoice, let us imagine that patient has recovered or improved. Then you can discharge the patient. If you want to share the discharge summary, you can share from here also. So if I go to IPD, this is the patient that has been admitted. So now I want this patient has recovered and I want to discharge, means I can discharge. Or else if I want to transfer the bed location, so right now she is in the operation theater. Now I want to move her to general ward. So I can do that from clicking on this. I can select the bed. So let us say general ward. And what is the reason? Operation done. So let us say operation is done and she wants to stay in general ward for observation. So we can move her. Or else if you want to move her into ICU, you can create beds in ICU and you can move that also. So same way, if I want to transfer to hospital, I can transfer to hospital also by clicking. I need to write the which hospital I'm transferring this patient and what is the reason for transfer. And now if I want, let us think that she's cured, if she's improved and she wants to get discharged, I can discharge the patient also. If in some for some reason we have admitted the patient and patient is not ready to take the services, means before taking the services, we can cancel the admission also. Once the patient has taken any services, we cannot cancel the admission, but we can do the discharge. I can also view the visit history. I can create the insurance claim. In the insurance claim, I will tell you later. So let us say that I want to discharge this patient. I'll give the status improved, stabilized or hospitalized. So all the whatever the reason I want to give, I can give the status. And if I want to give any outcome, I can give discharge notes. So all this I can add an update. So now patient has discharged successfully. Now I need to view the discharge summary. Then I can view the discharge summary also. So here I can see discharged on timings and what is the status improved. And what are the invoices that we have created and the payment which we have received. So all this we can see, and we can also send this through email. So whatever the actions that has been taken to the patient once the patient has admitted, so all that discharge will be seen in this discharge summary that we can share or print also. Now, if I want to claim any insurance, I can claim the insurance also. So from here, we will see the list of invoices which you have created for this particular admitted patient. From there, you can select the invoices which you want to claim the insurance. So that will become your IP bill. So IP can see the complete IP bill list in this IP billing. So in the finance IP bills, we can see the complete IP bills that has been created. So here we can see the complete IP bills and what is the payment, refund amount, receipt amount, due amount. So we can see the complete payment details. And also in the IP, while creating the insurance claim, so we can create insurance claim before discharging also, where we can see the list of invoices that I have created. So for example, if the patient has taken many services and we have created more than 10 or 20 invoices. So instead of printing all the invoices individually, we can select all the invoices and create one insurance claim. So we can create one insurance claim and that we can see in the IP bill and we can print that particular bill and give it to the patients. So this will become a easy way to give a invoice to the patients. So we can see complete due amounts and the paid amounts. So I hope you all understood the workflow of IPD. We'll see you in the next video.